Hi, we are here and I'm excited because in our 3-day journey so far with the tournament, this is the first family that I've met with such seniority as volunteers, and we really have a good sense of what this whole process is about, especially today, because today is the 3rd day of the preparation of the floats, and so we are hoping that we will see some of the floats be elected or chosen. So why don't you give us your name and tell us really your journey as a volunteer with the tournament.
Sure. So my name is Tess Funter. I started when I was 7 years old. My first float was at Sierra Madre Rose Float Association, and I was kind of too young to really do anything, so I was kind of just helping to sweep and kind of run stuff to people, but one of the people let me put in 1 rose on the float, and I was hooked ever since. So it's been, what, 15 years? So yeah, I love it.
So I'm so passionate about it because as a volunteer and a young one, you started very young.
Yes.
What is the real joy that you have garnered from this that you can share with younger people to show them how important it is to get involved?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it just comes with like pride for your city, and also like when you see it go down the street, you get to point at that and say, I did that, you know, like that was something that I worked really hard on, and it's something that you can be proud of, not only that you put your time and effort into, but that also like represents the entirety of Pasadena. It's something that, you know, is close to my heart, close to my home, so it's just something I love to do, and definitely encourage everyone else to do it, especially start young. You get to say that you've been doing it for 15 years, which is really, really fun, really cool. So yeah.
Wow. And speaking of doing something you love close to your home, why don't you share with the residents where do you live and the viewers how far you came in the event you're not a Pasadena?
Oh yeah, I mean, we live like right at the end of the Rose Parade, so like where the like floats park at the end, like we're basically a few streets up from that. So Pasadena born and raised, we're right there, so it's kind of always been close to us. So
wow. And what about you?
I've been working on floats since I was a teenager with my church. I think that's when I first fell in love with it. And then when we had kids, I thought it would be a great way for them to learn like I did, how excited I was as a teenager to do it. She, again, started when she was 7, and the first job they ever had her do was to pick up the trash, and that was just everything for her because she got to do something, and every little piece helps, and that's a big part of it too, is keeping things clean so people don't fall and slip. And funny story, a few years ago, she was on the scaffolding, and they had just said, no one's ever fallen off the scaffolding, and she actually slipped on some rice and fell off of 1 floor and survived to tell the story. So
and still doing it.
That's how dedicated we are. I mean, it's just so exciting to come back every year, and it literally brings tears to my eyes when I see my float come down and know that I've worked on that every day since the 26th. And even though it's just a little piece, it's like a big piece because everybody has an important part in this journey, and to see it come to life from the drawing to, you know, the concept of the drawing to actually what it is just beyond words. It's like our baby going down the street.
Well, you know what is so beautiful about the story that you're sharing with us is that a number of things, and I'm so excited. First of all, what high school did you go to?
La Cañada High School.
La Cañada, okay. So what makes it exciting is to have a homegrown experience, a Pasadena experience, and very few people have had a full Pasadena experience. And as I listen to you and your daughter speak, that is so enriching. And it's so enriching because you know what year the tournament has been participating in this annual event. You know how many years?
I actually have no idea.
Okay.
I've been stumped.
So what about you?
Was it the late 20s?
Okay. So we're going to share with our viewers a little journey. It's called the Tournament of Roses, being Pasadena's biggest partner. Pasadena was incorporated or founded in 1886.
Right.
The tournament started in 1890.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So we are actually celebrating 135 years
It's amazing.
of this traditional event. And because you live on the east side, that was my neighborhood up in Hastings.
Yep.
So when you said that, I used to go down there. Share with the viewers if you know this information, and it'll be good as you pass on your love and passion. How long is the parade route that we get to enjoy? And just imagine, once you identify how long it is, how many people does it bring in because of the parade route? So you have any idea? Share with the viewers if you know that, especially living over on the east side.
I think it's several miles. I want to say it's 5 something, 6 miles.
Mama's good.
Wow.
Good, Mama.
I think I know that because I heard it once and I thought about all of the band members like walking that whole time and they're not drinking water and they're just like out there and they're so excited, and from the beginning to the end they're excited every single part of the parade. They don't let out that, the energy's always pumped up, and so to do that for that long is very impressive.
And so, and that's the beauty that I love covering, and this is actually my first time in here covering this. We're in our 10th season with Our Society TV, and the platform was created so we could preserve our history and tell the stories that will have added value. And considering that this year the tournament is Pasadena's biggest partner, because I'm gonna throw another curveball at Mom and see if she can answer this question. And so I may have to send her on vacation after this. Do you have any idea as to what type of revenue is generated here in Pasadena because of the Tournament of Roses and their visibility here in Pasadena, as well as small businesses and businesses that it brings to Pasadena? So do you have any idea?
I don't know. I have no idea at all.
Well, look at that camera and just take a wild guess, and we're going to see how close
money
you get.
comes in.
How much money would you say they bring to Pasadena as a result of that? Mama's pretty smart. She can do numbers. She knows numbers.
I don't know. I would say 300,000 maybe. I don't know.
Okay, so can I join your mother's club? She definitely put a lot of passion in trying to figure it out, but put an extra 0 behind it.
Oh my gosh.
No, 2 zeros behind it, and you had the right number. So that would be what?
What, like? My brain is done with all the.
So what would that be if Mom threw 2 more zeros behind it?
What did you say? 300,000.
So 3
million.
300 million.
100 million?
$300 million is what the tournament brings to the city as a revenue stream. Right. So they bring anywhere at low 200 million to 300 million. The last projection was 300 million. Right. And the reason, and this is why I'm doing this, is because, again, I want everyone to know the real role and the real partnership we have with an institution that's almost equivalent to the length of time of our city, as well as, do you know of any other entity that brings the attention to our city like the tournament each year?
Right.
And who gives the biggest party?
The answer is none.
I don't know.
So I share this with you viewers because this is what excites me. This is why I made the commitment to make sure that the story is told authentically and really through the voices of the volunteers and the residents, and in your case, residents, volunteers, and someone who's done this for years. And last but not least, I am running for mayor of Pasadena.
Oh, awesome.
Right, because I have experienced the Pasadena experience from childhood to adulthood, living, as I said, over when they first began to use, actually they used to use Victory Park. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, we live very close to there, actually.
Right. So they started using Victory Park as the final destination of the end of the parade, and then they moved it to Sierra Madre Villa.
Right.
Okay, and they used to just have it as a site for where you go, but now it's a whole festival, I understand. I haven't been there since it was a festival, so I'm gonna go there this year so I can get myself updated a little bit. But all these evolutions that we're seeing with the tournament adds value to what we are as a city, and certainly with the type of volunteers we have from all over the world. I mean, I met people from Europe that's here volunteering. I met people from New York, from easily San Francisco, San Diego, and they were so excited. It's a beautiful, experience.
It really brings the people together, not just locally, but like you said, from around the world. We met someone from Germany, we met people from Italy. It's just, and to see people's faces that they walk through that door for the first time is just, there's nothing like it. To see their eyes light up,
And that's why, like I said, I'm really proud. I'm proud of Pasadena. When I meet a young lady like your daughter, I can just gobble her up and say, whatever we can do to add value to your life and your experience, because that's what was offered to me when I was a child and growing up. I went to John Muir High School. Our rivalry was Pasadena High School, which is kind of ironic. I ended up living over there. But we got a chance to play in the Rose Bowl, and back when I played, I'm sure you're familiar with the rivalry, the turkey tussle.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So when I played as a high school student, we had 30,000 people at the Rose Bowl on a Saturday afternoon.
Oh my gosh.
And we were the only show in town, so you could imagine how big it was. And in high school, it centered around the football game.
Right.
And unfortunately, without telling my age, we didn't have the internet, so you couldn't go online. But it was a beautiful experience, and that's why I want to keep incorporating our history with that experience. And I'm so honored that I was able to run into you, because this particular float here was my first float that I focused on the first day I was here.
Oh, awesome.
So it's going to be the opening story tomorrow. Each day I'm going to release a segment of the stories.
Very nice.
And so you two will be a part of this coming up, so I just want to let you know. But more than anything, is there anything you ladies would like to share with viewers about the partnership of the Tournament of Roses with the city of Pasadena and what it's done for our experience?
I mean, for me personally, it's something that I can go anywhere in the country and I say, oh, I'm from a Los Angeles area, but specifically Pasadena, and they say, where's that? And it's Tournament of Roses, and then they immediately know. So just having that kind of sense of home wherever you go, and being able to celebrate our city like this is something that is so unique, and so I just love doing it every year. So.
I enjoy meeting everyone here, from little ones to women in their 80s and 90s, and I hope I get to be one of those women still putting the bean on one by one and gluing it, and just meeting everyone and how excited everyone is. It's very infectious, and I'm very honored and proud to be here.
Now, did you grow up here in Pasadena?
Yes, pretty much. Tujunga, but then Pasadena.
Okay, yeah. So you were pretty in a greater San Gabriel. I guess that's the valley, though, a little bit, right? Yeah. San Fernando. So you guys' rivalry was San Fernando High?
I went to a private school, so it was.
Well, we won't comment on that. We got a private school girl over here.
Yeah, but I worked hard for it. I have to say.
I'm just kidding. I just love the, especially when I grew up, the public school experience as you're getting with going to La Cañada.
Yes.
You still, even though you're not here in Pasadena, you still get that experience of the public school and the interaction and the civic engagement because it's a public school.
That was actually important to us. My husband and I, we raised them, put them in private school through about 6th grade, and then public school from there on out. I wanted them to have both experiences. That was important for us.
Well, you did it well. I wish my mother had kind of helped went that route. I think it would have had added value to my academics.
Totally.
I went to SC and then went to law school, and then I found out really the struggles that you have when you don't have the fundamentals. But I count the blessings of our community here in Pasadena for having the opportunity for me to experience that. And that's why, this is part of the end product of Pasadena experience. So I want to thank you. If you want anybody to follow you, you can certainly share your Instagram. If not, just tell them to come to the biggest party in town on January 1st.
Come to the parade. Come see our beautiful work.
And we'll be looking forward to you at the, what is it called, the Fest the Float Fest.
Float Fest, yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody, join this family at the Float Fest, because they probably will be looking at it from their house. So definitely. So we're signing out. We're going to check out some more floats, but I want to thank this family, and I'm going to proclaim this family as the Tournament of Roses volunteer family because of your commitment and your long history. And that says a lot for the viewers to see the commitment that goes along with that.
Yay!
So thank you. A
Thank you
pleasure.
so much.
And we want to make sure, all you viewers, this is genuine and it's all authentic. No one has staged any of this, and this is our first time meeting. And hopefully it won't be the last, especially when I become your mayor.
Exactly.
I'm going to invite you to my inaugural event. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you.